Alright, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing A-okay. I'm here with my good pal, Classic. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing quite well. Just been, existing, but it's not the worst existence ever. And, yeah, we're here back with some more, Mayro World. Specifically, Plumber for All Seasons. Do plumbers actually work for all seasons? I don't know. I'm not a plumber, but apparently this one does, so...
I think plumbers do work in all seasons. I mean, I don't know why toilets being clogged would ever be just a seasonal thing. Unless people only eat, clogging foods at certain times of the year, which I don't think is the case.
You gotta eat all your food in the summer so you have enough strength to survive the winter.
Precisely. Yo! Oh, that's cool. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh man, the little Kamek thing is like dropping entire hay bales on you. I love that. That's so cute.
The parallax backgrounds are so pretty in this one.
I know. I remember seeing, I actually think it was a video you posted about it. Like the parallax scrolling like hay in the background. Oh man, there's like 4 or 5 layers, and it's just like, it adds such a great level of immersion. It's so cool. I love it so much. Like, look at that. There's a hay bale coming in from like the background, and you can like see it. It's just so cool. I love it so much. Although this is kind of hard to dodge, I gotta say. I feel like, oh shit. Oh, I'm small now. Well, I got another 1-up, so that's something at least.
I mean, we don't play these games for glory, we play them for fun, so...
That's very true.
Everybody knows we're not good.
We're not trying to be any speedrun champions or anything of that nature.
Can you complete this level in 1 microsecond?
I don't think I could do that even if I was a speedrunner. I think I'll grab this.
The no EA gold medal for you, my friend.
That's okay.
That's okay, though.
This is, I mean, Super Mario World is already just like such a fucking happy game. I was playing it earlier today, actually, just like the vanilla version, and it just like put me in such a good mood. And it's just like drop another save point, and this is just like such a happy mod too, just because it's just like happy music and just beautiful visuals. It's a real special thing.
Very lo-fi.
Indeed.
I mean, Doom can be lo-fi, but I feel like Mario kind of takes the cake with lo-fi.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh, that's tough. How do I do that? It almost seems like to make that jump I have to have like... I have to be big, basically. But that seems like bad game design, so I would imagine that's hopefully not the case. Maybe I have to jump...
I like how the author changed the entire like music section track. Just left the old death sound in there. I think it's funny.
Wait, I think I know what I've got to do. I think I've got to like get Kamek to throw that thing. Yes! Okay, I jump on it to clear that obstacle. Oh, that's so clever. I love that. Oh, shit.
Oof.
So speaking of seasons, how is the snow starting to melt there in chilly Colorado for you, or is it still a wintry wonderland?
It was starting to melt a few days ago, but then I think like the 14th, it snowed again. So we're once again in wintry wonderland, although I'm not sure how long it will last.
Gotcha. Yeah, we got like a wintry wonderland, what was it, 2 weeks ago? But it was like 70 and sunny today, which I'm pretty jazzed about, actually. I'm usually more of a cold weather kind of person, but it is really special like when the flowers start to come out and you can actually like walk outside in a t-shirt. I really like that a lot.
You finally don't have to worry about hypothermia.
Oh yeah, for sure. God damn it. Try that again.
Man, the lack 2 levels tend to not be great. I remember I was a few years ago when I started playing the original Super Mario Brothers. I just got stuck on the level with lack 2 4-1. It was just like, why is this with the spiky projectiles and stuff?
They are most annoying, but they're not as bad as the auto-scrolling levels in Mario 3. I always thought those were just like the
Oh
worst.
yeah.
Oh no!
I tried the All-Stars version. I really love the visuals of All-Star Mario 3, but like those auto-scrolling levels especially, I think I got to at the second world and I just got stuck on this one level. It's like, God, why? You know?
I've gone on record with saying that, like, I prefer Super Mario World to Super Mario 3, but I gotta say, like, I have been playing a bit of, like, All-Stars Mario 3 recently, and it definitely gives Mario World a run for its money. It's a very, very, very good game.
I think I prefer its color palette and sprites in some cases, but I feel like this mod in particular I really like. If those were just kind of combined, then I'd probably get perfect pixel art for me.
Oh, for sure. So what else have you been playing recently, my friend?
Well, I've been playing mostly. I've been getting back into Marvel's Spider-Man 2 because the new Game Plus mode came out about a week and a half ago, and I checked that out again.
Nice.
Really fun. I have some issues with the story, but you know, I think it's pretty good It's pretty great gameplay-wise. You know, I can traverse at the speed of sound. So.
The only Spider-Man 2 I remember was on the PS2, way back in like 2004, I think, showing how old I am.
How far we've come in technology as well, because I remember a lot of the mechanics of web slinging were based on what Spider-Man 2 did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I remember as a kid in a magazine mentioning, I think, Web of Shadows and stuff. That was a game that came out, I think, in 2008. But I was, but I don't think I was cognizant enough at 3 years old to remember that. So it must have been like a later date that I just happened to remember.
Oh, for sure.
The earliest memory I have is my mom dropping me off at a preschool, and then I cried. First day. That's the farthest I can go back before everything was just like, I need pictures to know what happened in my life.
You know, I think my earliest memory... I meant to load a save, but I dropped a save. Oh, I'm so angry. Oh well. Not the first time I've done it. Won't be the last. Good level design dictates that this level should be possible to beat, even without that. Okay, drop another save point. But the earliest memory I think I have of my childhood is eating a s'more.
Oh, I like the funky music of the summer theme.
Yeah, it's a cool transition. It's like, oh man, it's like Jamaican or Hawaiian or something. I love that. Where the ocean meets the sky. Oh, look at the sky! It's like scrolling along. I love that. God damn, this is a happy mod. This is so fun.
Well, yeah, what was your earliest memory again?
Oh yeah, so my uncle growing up had a lake house in in southern New York, just off of Lake Erie. And, oh, you can jump on the birds, nice. And I remember going there when I was like 2 years old, so this is like a crazy early memory, and having a s'more for the first time. And I remember just like eating it and just being like, oh my god, this is the most spectacular flavor sensation I have ever had in my entire life. And my mom actually has a picture of me eating it for the first time too, with just like a look of like stunned ecstasy on my face, where I'm just like, what the fuck is this? It's amazing. Obviously I wouldn't have said that at the age of 2, but you know, basically the same kind of vibe.
You know, they didn't have swear words on TV in 1996, so...
No, of course, they would not have had swear words until... I don't think swear words were invented until 2005, if I remember correctly. But,
We invented swear words.
yes, the same year you came out the womb was the year we invented swear words.
Hell yeah. I came out the perfect time for memes.
It was actually, I mean, I think it was actually your birth that invented swear words. I think, your mother gave birth, and then the doctor's like, whoa, hey, swear words are invented. So...
I was the destined child to bring about the greatest. I'm like Prometheus, but with, you know, the ability to say fuck.
With cussing, exactly. No, it's perfect. But,
Ooh, water.
Yeah.
Going back to memories, I think you already know about this, but back in September of 2023, I went over to the kind of Chicago area to visit family, and then I think we created a family photo there. Not with me in it, but it was my dad and one of my relatives, a photo from like 1976, I think, when they were like toddlers or whatever, which I thought was pretty funny. So it was like the exact same couch in that photo they still had. So I got to see that like 50-year-old couch.
That's awesome. So like, it's like a couple of 50-year-old guys just like recreating something from their childhoods.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty wholesome. Nice place too.
I don't think my parents have.
It was a relatively chill trip, but I did kind of hate being there because of the heat. Like it would like literally melt like handing stuff outside and being in a car like driving around. I wasn't driving, but God, it was miserable.
Yeah.
I felt like I would like die.
Part of the bad thing about the upper Midwest, so like Chicago and then a lot of Illinois and like, I guess Michigan less so, but definitely like Illinois and that whole area, is that really, really tough, brutal, hard winters with just miserable, hot, humid summers. So like, where I'm from in the South, we got really bad summers, but at least the winters are kind of mild. But I've heard like in the Chicagoland area, it's like just horrible, horrible winters combined with just like awful, like crazy hot, depressing summers. So you get the worst of both worlds.
Damn. I think as I've grown older, I started to hate summer more just because of the heat. It's my least favorite season. It's not that I've like, I completely hate summer, but like the heat, especially since, you know, after I start going to college and get a real job in like year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, whenever, I won't really have that, I'm off of school, so it doesn't have that special factor like it used to have, so I don't really have a reason to enjoy it as much.
No, for sure. I mean, when I was a kid, I definitely like worked outside a lot for my parents, and so I kind of got a great disdain for the heat, because I'm like, I don't like being hot. I don't like sweating outside and feeling like sticky.
Yeah, oh god, that sticky feeling.
It's so bad, right? Like it like gets under your collar, and then it's just like the most uncomfortable thing in the world. I hate
And then
it
you
so
like feel it in your shirt and stuff. Oh god.
This is why we're friends. I think the same kind of things, definitely the same kind of things annoy me. Where it's like, I don't like being hot. I don't like being sweaty. It's not fun.
Being cold isn't the greatest, but I'd rather freeze to death than sweat to death.
As often as it's said, like when you're cold, at the least you can put on like more clothes, right? Whereas when you're warm, you can only get so naked and it be socially acceptable.
Yeah. And even with that, that's feeling still there.
Precisely. Okay. I am not good at platforming, so I'm dropping save points left and right.
At least this isn't like a Kaizo hack or whatever. We'd be here all day.
Oh god, I would die. I would die so fast in a Kaizo game. But
And it's only for the hardcore pros, like their ultraviolence are thus insane. I guess.
Kaizo Mario is the sunlust of Mario.
Not even like the sunlust. It's like I know there's like a bunch of super difficult Doom mods, but I feel like it's more apt to say like the Plutonia.
I've seen some Kaizo stuff that's like, it just seems like even more difficult than that, in my opinion. Like it almost looks like it's a Tallow Doom levels of like skill. Because you have to do so much. You've got to like do this like wall jump stuff and everything else. Like Plutonia, I don't know, have you played through Plutonia by any chance?
I played through a bit of Plutonia, but not all of it.
It's Plutonia is the kind of WOD where it's like, if you take the time to understand the maps, it's really not that bad. Like, you have to have some skill, but it's definitely not the end of the world. It's not like...
Especially since we've got like 30 years to get better at it, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I would say it's comparable to... It's probably comparable to something like Back to Saturn X in terms of difficulty, which is not the most difficult one. But I also play a lot more Doom than I play Super Mario, so it probably just depends on what you're used to.
Yeah. And also, you didn't grow up on the games as much, you know?
That's true. I was actually just thinking about this the other day, yeah, like, I didn't really play many video games at all until I was, like, 26, I think. So, it's, still a very...
You knew of them, but didn't play them.
Beg pardon?
You knew of them, but you didn't play them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was always interested in it as a hobby. It's just, I didn't have access as a kid. And then, when I got to college, things just kind of got busy. And I had a girlfriend, and I tried to make that work. And, you know, it's hard to take on a new hobby that's expensive like gaming is. And then when I got to graduate school, I had coursework and shit. And so I was just like, just never made sense until I finished my PhD. And then I was like, seems like a good time as any to do this, I suppose.
You gotta wait a few, you have a few more years until the midlife crisis.
Yes.
So whereas, I'm also waiting for my quarter life crisis stuff.
I feel like I really haven't had much of a quarter life crisis, even though I'm well past that point. I think partially just because I kind of like, I don't know.
I guess you got it together pretty much.
Kind
in
of.
a way.
I hope so.
We're still faking it through life a bunch, but you know, we can get it together at least somewhat.
I mean, I definitely have I've had changes in my life. Like, there was a girl who I dated for close to 5 years, who I tried to make things work with from when I was 18 to when I was like 22, I think, if I remember correctly. And that didn't work out. And, you know, went from physics to material science as a career path. And so there have been a lot of changes, but I don't feel like I've ever really, like, fundamentally wanted to do things that I couldn't do, or was doing things that I don't know. I just feel like I've always, like, tried to do what I wanted to do and what I felt like was right for the time. But maybe in a couple of years I'll feel like I want to change, and then you just go with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to be philosophical when I'm dodging these frickin' dolphins and going all over the place.
Dolphins are evil creatures.
So here's something I never understood. The dolphins in this game look like they're wearing goggles, but they're nautical mammals, and so it's like, why do they need goggles? I guess it's just part of the aesthetic, but it always kind of made me laugh.
I think they did that in the original Mario world. Maybe it's to hide their true nature when they're gonna come up and war with us over the planet.
Very possibly.
They look more cute and appealing so that we won't suspect they already have death lasers in orbit.
Oh, who can tell? Maybe they're like birds, and they're just a myth created by the government to keep us pacified. Have you heard that? Have you heard that internet meme before, where it's like birds aren't real?
Oh yeah.
I love that. It's so stupid.
You and stupidity. I think I've learned in a way to embrace stupidity, as I've gotten older. Not like conspiracy theory stupid, but like, dumb jokes. I feel like I've de-aged in a way when it comes to jokes.
Well, I think
I've
definitely
learned
when I
to
was
embrace the immaturity rather than run away from it, or pretend I'm more adult than I really am, quote unquote. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I definitely took myself way too seriously when I was 18, and sometimes I still take myself too seriously, honestly, but like, I think it's an art form to learn how to like laugh at yourself, and be able to not take things too seriously, but still seriously enough to, get by in life.
I'm still learning that of myself. Like, I feel like I took myself, whereas yours was like 18, I feel like I took myself too seriously back when I was 14 and like 13, stuff like that.
That edgy
I think we said it in a previous video recording, but I think it was a Rainbow Hawk one, but like, I really did not like myself during like the middle school 2020 days.
Oh,
I would get a lot of stuff I did.
And like I think I said at the time.
But like you said, everybody was a loser back then, so I feel some solace in a way. Like, one, it was like pandemic times, and two, we're all kind of losers in puberty, and back then we don't think we're losers, even though we are.
You're adapting to your body's new chemistry, and it's rarely a pretty process. So, yeah, I think I said this during that discussion. I was definitely not the best version of myself when I was 14, and I would say I wasn't even the best version of myself when I was 18. It just takes some time, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The best version of yourself is probably usually the latest, not all the time, but
Well, yeah.
I think I've realized that because, in a way, even though there's a lot of like, God, why did I do that? Why was I so stupid? The fact that that's happening at all does show that there has been improvement.
Precisely. That's exactly the correct way to look at it. It's like, if you look back at your former self and cringe, that means there's aspects of yourself which you have improved upon. There are aspects of yourself which you have become better at. And so you should be proud that, like, you're better than you were. You have less to be embarrassed by. So that's a really good thing.
I just have to get my brain to stop kind of showing it in my face, because brains aren't designed to make us happy. They're designed to
keep
survive
us alive.
in a way.
Yeah.
So it's not always the best, but what we live with. I don't know.
You do what you gotta do.
It's a pile of electric fat, the consistency of tofu, contained in a flabby meat suit on a rock in space where stuff happens. So
our bodies are powered by basically electrified bacon. That's what our brains are.
it's crazy, like how I think I've seen it, but I haven't seen like a full video, but I've heard like that actual like brains, like once you just take them out, they're like the same consistency as like tofu. So like if you put your hand like gently on a brain, it leaves like a permanent indent.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think.
I've heard that it's like I just said, I've heard it's got like the consistency of bacon. So like it's just kind of like water and fat, and so it's all squishy.
Yeah.
And so it really is like you're powered. Everything in your body is moving under the duress of electrified bacon, effectively, which is a really funny image to me for some reason.
Yeah. And also, our brains technically aren't sitting in our heads; it's like swimming in our skull.
Precisely.
No way.
Yes.
We're kind of like machines, but instead of metal, we have flabby meat suits.
Precisely. Sorry if I can't offer a lot of commentary. This is a surprisingly tough level.
Oh no, it's good. I mean, we're the chill people, you know.
It's always...
Right, talk about stuff, but, you know.
It's always the water levels. Like, they're always the most frustrating ones, I feel like.
Oh yeah. I never liked water levels either. It's like, oh god, when do I skip this? Not that they can't be, like, cool, in a way, especially with, like, stuff like this, because I feel like Mario games especially do a really great job with atmosphere in their water levels. Like, it's very pretty and, like, you know, atmospheric or whatever, but it's not, like, a level I'd like to spend a lot of time in, so...
I will say, whenever I'm feeling, like, anxious or something during the day, one amazing instant cure is to listen to the water music from Super Mario 64. Like, that's just so calming and so nice. I love
the
it.
Dire Docks thing. Oh yeah, that's a great track.
It's the one that goes do 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 do. How long have we been doing this for, out of curiosity?
How long have we been recording?
Yeah.
I think we've gone on for about like 30 minutes.
Alright, I will get through this stage and then I think we'll call it a night.
Fair enough.
Ooh, I like these flowers. Look at this, this is so cool. It's raining in this level. I mean, I know it's just a simple, like, sprite.
I mean, they did that, I mean, I found, that reminds me of the Augur's Venus video from Mount Pain. It's like, look, it's raining in Doom. It's like a particle effect, but like, God, it's so fucking cool.
It's raining in Doom.
It's raining in Mario World.
I always feel like a douchebag when I do his voice, but he just has a funny voice. I can't help it.
We try not to make fun of him. We just kind of tease him, you know, in a way.
He's just got a very... It's not even bad. It's just a very distinctive voice. It's really nice.
Yeah, he's good at narrating.
Yes.
It's definitely his specialty.
He's got a perfect voice. He's got a perfect voice for what he is.
It's got the perfect, his videos have the perfect sort of road trip vibe. It's like, alright, fuck it, or just listen to narration to some snappy Doom visuals.
It's funny you should say that, because, like, back when I lived in New Mexico, actually, I would sometimes drive from Los Alamos to Phoenix, which is where my girlfriend lived. And during that entire drive, after I discovered Doom and discovered the Dean of Doom, I would essentially just put on, you know, the Dean of Doom playlist and just listen to different episodes while I would go and see her. And it was just great road trip fodder. Just kind of turn your brain off and daydream about Doom. It was a lot of fun.
I had a lot of my favorite main point videos downloaded to a Google Drive on my phone, so I could have them offline, so I could just listen to them even if there was no internet.
Hell yeah.
So if I ever go on like a road trip or something, or a vacation, I can just kind of hold that out.
Righteous. Yeah, I've got the YouTube app on my phone, and so whenever I'm going somewhere, I'm just queuing that up on whatever kind of drive I'm going on. It's a wonderful companion for
Also,
long
the music
ponderous
in this level is weirdly funky, like the clapping.
Look at this guy. Oh, he's a slug and I can bounce on him. I love that. That's so great. God damn, this mod is great. I love it.
This is something because I was always thinking about like what mods would I present to people who don't know about like Doom, and then this is like a perfect example. Even if it's not Doom, of course, it's Mario, but like this is like a hack that I'd present to somebody who's like never played Mario World before or something like that, where it's like one again, it's like just play this, it's fucking epic, you know?
Yeah, well, I have been kind of, I won't say like reticent, but kind of slow at getting into the ROM hacking scene. And now I'm just like, man, I want to play like every Mario ROM hack now, because this is awesome.
Back when it becomes October, we could probably play some like Call of Cthulhu. I know that's like a pretty hard hack in a way, so it's not something we should get into right away, but like, you know,
well,
it's a cool atmospheric hack. Also, I think the other thing about that is that you need to collect all the cat coins, otherwise you don't get to fight the final boss, and Mario just goes insane.
well, I'd love to finish Super Metroid around that time, because that is just such a perfect Halloween game, you know? It's just it's just the quintessential like...
we have that Google Doc of all the stuff we want to play.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, what do you want to play? Like, we obviously got to finish Epic 2. Like, I've actually been playing that in my spare time, and it gets fucking good. Like, the last couple maps are kind of brutal, but they get really aesthetic. I think I just wasn't as much of a fan of the alien theme as I was of the Egyptian theme. And it becomes Egyptian again as you go to the alien homeworld. And it's really, really cool in that regard.
Do you prefer that? Do you prefer Epic 2's kind of aesthetic, or do you prefer Ancient Alien?
Here's the thing. They're both doing different things. And so, like... it's hard to describe, but like...
I feel like it's more like they come from like the same ancestor or genes, but but they express those traits fairly differently in a way.
Let me put it this way. If Ancient Aliens is Chrono Trigger, then Epic 2 is Secret of Mana, where it's like just an incredibly... I'm sorry, Epic 2 is Final Fantasy VI, excuse me. So like Chrono Trigger is just this amazingly fun, well-rounded JRPG from kind of the later life of the Super Nintendo. And oh, speedrun shit, hell yeah. What the hell? Did I miss something? What the hell?
I mean, we're not missing any rain.
No, indeed.
Rain is off.
Maybe I've got to climb? Yeah, okay, I've got to climb. Try to nail this guy. Not nail him as in make love to him, but nail him as in jump on him. Okay, there we go.
Nail him as in give him a pair of nails and a hammer and do stuff with it.
There you go. There we go.
I mean, Mario was a carpenter before, so.
Yeah, for real. Alright.
As in, he puts carpets in, of course. Just like florists put the floor in.
Oh, that was fun. So anyway, yeah, they're from the same DNA, but they're doing two different things. Like Epic 2 is way more atmospheric, and I really respect it for that. It's doing its own thing. And my eyes are tired, but this was a lot of fun. So how about we pick up this some other time, my dude?
Hell yeah. And to our viewers watching this, hopefully that won't be too long, so.
Fingers crossed. Classic and I have a lot of other stuff going on, but we always love hanging out. So y'all take it easy, and we'll see you soon.
Ciao.
Bye.